What can we say about Clayton Kershaw? Looking for his 28th career win against the Rockies, his 4th straight win of the season. And as you already know, 8 strikeouts away from baseball history. Kershaw in Colorado coming up in just 30 minutes. As we say hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. I'm Alec Clifton alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parra. Good to see the both of you. We got to get to the main event, though. It's our guy. We're going to head back to Coors Field and check in with David Bassett. DB, how you doing?
Everything's great, guys. It's a beautiful day here at Coors Field. No rain tonight that Kershaw or the Dodgers have to worry about, as he is just 8 strikeouts away from 3,000 in his career. Dave Roberts in the dugout just about an hour ago, very aware himself about Kershaw being this close to a major milestone in baseball history.
Well, I think right now Clayton's preparing to win, to prepare for the game. We're preparing for the game. Certainly being 8 away, there's a lot of anticipation in our clubhouse, obviously with media, the fans that are here, that are not here. As we get a little bit closer, I think my kind of anxiousness will start to build. So right now I still feel like I'm in a good spot. But for baseball, it's, you know, we love milestones, and Clayton has done everything the right way on the field, off the field, over a long period of time. And so to finally get to, I guess, ultimately the last box he needs to check, you know, for his future Hall of Fame career, is that 3,000 strikeout threshold. We're all waiting in anticipation. So whether it's here or back home in Los Angeles, we'll see.
He's at 7, and he's like close to his pitch count. Is there gonna be a temptation to just kind of leave him out there to try to see if he can get it done?
Actually, I would argue that there'd be a temptation to take him out and let him do it in front of the home fans. So I'm still not going to force anything. I'm going to watch the game and make my decision accordingly.
If Kershaw does reach 8 strikeouts today for 3,000, yes, the home fans may not all be here, but there's a lot of Dodger fans here at Coors Field this afternoon. And also, he'll have his family here with him. That's right. Ellen Kershaw and their 4 kids are all here in attendance for today's game. So whether he does it at Dodger Stadium or not, one thing's for certain, he'll do it in front of his family.
Here's what's ahead on the Dodgers calendar. After today's game, the Dodgers are off to Kansas City for a weekend series with the Royals. Monday is an off day, and on Tuesday, the Dodgers host the White Sox. Tuesday is Hawaiian Shirt Day, and Wednesday is Yoshinobu Yamamoto Bobblehead Night. All games on Sportsnet LA. We used to call it Kershaw Day, but it's evolved over the last 2 seasons to the more respectful Kershaw Appreciation Day, as Nomar said earlier in the show. Whatever we call it, it's almost always fun. Stephen Nelson and Eric Karros have the call today from Coors Field. Hey, guys.
Hey guys, and Kiké, I was absolutely right. Every time we get a chance to watch number 22 take the mound for the Dodgers, we got to savor the moment and appreciate what we're watching here. This is not just greatness, this is all-time greatness. And here he is, Kiké, his 8th start of the season, 8 punch-outs away from history.
Well, embarking on a milestone, 3,000 strikeouts, that I just don't know how many more times we're going to see somebody accomplish it. Look at the accolades are one after another, all of the things that he continues to do. Really what marvels me is the ability to go out and still pitch competitively and pitch well. And especially you look at over his last 3 starts, been very effective, only allowed a few earned runs. And that's the thing, like I said, he continues to evolve. He was a guy at one point that just dominated with stuff. Now it's savvy and ability to mix and match.
So let's get into this matchup for him and the odds, the potential for him to get 8 strikeouts today. Because on one hand, Kiké, he's pitching in Coors Field, and we have known forever how difficult it is to pitch at this altitude in this ballpark. But then he's facing the Rockies, and given their hitter profile in the lineup, there's some strikeouts there. So what do you say?
So there are a couple things. As you mentioned, pitching at Coors Field, that's his highest ERA anywhere. It's at Coors Field, which makes sense. It's a hitter-friendly ballpark. It's a young team, but this is also a team that doesn't want to be, meaning the Rockies, they don't want to be 3,000, right? So they're going to battle up there. I think more than anything, it's just you're pitching in a day game. It's the sun, and also you've got altitude. So I don't know what kind of I mean, I'm looking at the stretching. I guess that's pretty impressive. I was going to say, I don't know physically if you're going to be able to do it, but heck, who knows? Look at that pose.
That's exactly what we do before first pitches and the broadcast. Jokes aside, you know, everybody else outside of Clayton Kershaw, we're all locking in on the 3,000 number. He doesn't care about that. Truly, he says the strikeouts are going to come. It's just a matter of when for him. It's just a matter of wins. That's all that Clayton Kershaw cares about. He's won each of his last 3 starts. He's got a chance to make it 4 in a row and make it a sweep here today against the Colorado Rockies.
Before we dive into the 3,000, I'm all about leaning into the jokes. So could you guys actually show us those poses for now?
I mean, yeah,
please?
But, hey, show off your athleticism. You were throwing shots at me yesterday.
1st and 15th, I get paid, and I don't get paid to stretch.
Smart man with that said. Have a great call today, guys. Moving forward, of everyone currently on the Dodgers, no one has been teammates with Clayton Kershaw for longer than Kiké Hernandez's 9 seasons. Kiké is today's Dodger voice, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.
I think Kershaw's been an inspiration. You know, I got here a lot of strikeouts ago, and when I got here, he was in the midst of one of the greatest runs a pitcher has ever put together. And if you didn't know the name, if you weren't aware of who he was, what he had done in the game, and you just observed the way that he handled his business and the way that he worked and his routine and all that, you would think that he'd be a guy that wasn't even established in the big leagues, you know, a guy that was hungry, a guy doing whatever it took to stay at the big league level. He worked harder than anybody in that locker room. You never saw him just sitting in his locker. He was always doing something, and you know, for him to do that, you know, coming off an MVP season, his 3rd Cy Young, and he was, I would say, the best way to, if I had to describe it in one word, it was a perfectionist.
When you look at him, even though you're a position player, do you feel like he sets the tone for everybody else to raise their level of work ethic?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was trying to get at the first question. You know, a guy that has done that much and he's still working that hard, it pushes you, it inspires you to work harder and keep trying to improve your game. And of course, he's a very different pitcher than when I first got to this team. But if it wasn't for his work ethic and his dedication and his desire to be better each and every day, the evolution of Clayton, not just as a guy but as a pitcher, has been incredible. And you know, to still be out there and his stuff is a lot different, you'd say, than 10 years ago. He's got new pitches, but you know, and he still goes out there and manages to keep him off the board, scoring runs. You know, it's really impressive, and you know, every time I hear that song at Dodger Stadium, it puts me in a better mood, and it just, maybe it's a coincidence, but some of my better games as a Dodger have been behind Clayton.
Is that for everybody? Does it raise the level of focus and intensity when you play behind him?
Yeah. I mean, whenever you have those guys on the mound, you want to be great for them, behind them, and especially guys that pound the strike zone the way that he does. He gets a lot of early contact. Guys are trying to get out of the batter's box as soon as they can so that they don't strike out. He has the curveball, he has the slider, he has the fastball. So guys don't want to get to 2 strikes with him. So a lot of guys swing early, and he manufactures a lot of weak contact because he throws a lot of pitches off the strike zone that look like strikes, and guys are you know, being too aggressive because they don't want to get to 2 strikes, and he gets a lot of early contact. So he keeps you active. You know, on the defensive side, he never puts you on your heels by, you know, just walking the house or anything like that. And of course, he's Clayton Kershaw, so you just want to make the plays for him, and I've been fortunate enough to play behind him a lot and make a lot of really nice plays for him.
Kiké, he said that Freddie Freeman has made him aware as he gets closer to 3,000 strikeouts. How aware, and how much do you think he's aware going into today and fighting against trying to chase those strikeouts?
He knows. He's very aware. You know, Clayton, he's a very self-aware person. He always knows what he needs to do. I know for a fact he's aware because we had a conversation about him potentially flying some of his former catchers for the day that he could get the 3,000 strikeout. In a perfect world, he does it at home, but I honestly would love to be behind him when he gets that 3,000 strikeout, and if he can do it today, that'd be amazing. That way we can just get it out of the way and focus on just the rest of the season. But yeah, he's aware, and he's joked around, like he's like, what if I'm sitting at 999 and I want to get that last strikeout on a heater, and I try to overthrow it and you never get that strikeout. But he's gonna get that strikeout, and it doesn't really matter what pitch he uses, because the only pitch that would not be an iconic strikeout would be the split, just because he hasn't had that of his 3,000. Not many of them have been on a split, but either way, 3,000 strikeout is a lot of strikeouts, and that's why not many pitchers have done it. And it's always special when you get to be a small part of history.
Dodgers-Rockies series finale moments away. Kiké Hernandez in the lineup. No more, he's your called shot. You want to see the Dodgers get off to a fast start?
Absolutely, get off to a fast start. We were talking about them trying to score early, get some runs, gets for your pitcher who's on the mound, but Kiké Hernandez going in there, getting an opportunity to start today. We know he's so fun to watch each and every time he takes the field.
Definitely brings the energy, especially a day game after that night game. You need guys in that lineup, give you some energy. Hopefully Miguel Rojas as well plays well there at third base. You got Clayton Kershaw taking the hill. Biggest thing for him, keep the ball down. That slider needs to play down the zone.
Yeah, and you know what? How many, split fingers or combos will we see today,
yes.
Jerry?
What's the over-under, 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think that's,
4?
Yeah, that's a good call.
We'll be touching on that in the post game. 8 strikeouts from 3,000. Will it come today? We send it back to Coors Field after the break. First pitch, Dodgers-Rockies coming to ride up. Enjoy the game, everyone.
Shohei not giving this plate appearance away. Still in there with 2 strikes against him. Dodgers certainly love some insurance runs to counter Coors Field in the late innings. Kinley fires. Bends Shohei back with ball 2.
It felt like with this weather today, afternoon game, I thought there would be a lot more offense than what we've seen up to this point. But as we've come to see and come to experience over the years, as long as there's still another out to get here, there's a chance for an offensive explosion.
There's one golfed in the air, right center field toward the Dodger bullpen and into the bullpen. Kirby makes the catch on Ohtani's 28th home run of the season. The Dodgers double their lead. It's now 3-1.
This pitch is out over the plate. Shohei gets the barrel on it. Kirby Yates running it down. Now, I don't know if he's in that bullpen game and if he gets points. Shohei's 28th home run. I mean, there's got to be some sort of special point consideration if you're actually the guy warming up in the bullpen and make the catch at the same time. I mean, you're wearing 2 hats at once.
You got to check with Bardo on the rules.
I mean, I kind of feel like that's multitasking. Shohei getting on the board today. First base hit.
Fly ball center field. And that's the last out of the 7th inning. But a 2-out blast from Shohei